Do you believe, Yusuf, that Maryam Salamun Alayha, she was hanging around with Yusuf without nikah? Do you believe in this?
I believe this statement was made by Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad.
This information contradicts the Quran directly, because Maryam specifically states that she was not touched by any man, and Quran tells us that she was confined to the mihrab. She was not hanging around outside with people. Okay?
Is that
Qadiani, they rely on the Bible, in particular the New Testament, to somehow prove Mirza to be a prophet.
Which ayah of the Quran the author is using? Which shows that Maryam was moving around with Yusuf, and all of this Yusuf thing is proved from this ayah.
but that does not mean each and everything the prophet said is in the
Brothers,
Quran.
he's waffling. Brothers, he's waffling. Look, I'm talking. Is there anything in the Quran about Yusuf Najjar? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. All the hadith literature. Anything about Yusuf Najjar? Yes or no?
In the hadith literature,
Yes.
the name Yusuf Najjar did not exist.
So where do we find information about Yusuf Najjar?
Sayyidah Maryam Salamun Alayha, she is moving around with a na-mahram, okay, without nikah. He has no problem with that. Mirza Ghulam used Bible as the authority of the Quran. He said that Isa was on the cross. Quran says he wasn't. Mirza said that Hawariyun, they betrayed Jesus. Quran says Hawariyun, they are the role model for us. Okay? He said that we have Yusuf the carpenter, we have Zachariah. So it is not only using the Bible. The point I am making is Mirza Ghulam used Bible as the authority of the Quran. He rejected the Quranic narrative on the basis of the Bible.
If you want to address this, I don't mind, but the same question will be applied to you. However, because you're not, I don't think you're a doctor or have knowledge in the medical field or anything like that. You can address it if you want to, but in order to provide some progress to the stream, I want to go into the aspect of this idea, this historical claim that she was 6 to 7 months pregnant, and then because of this shame that would have been brought on her, she got married to Joseph the carpenter, and 2 months later she gave birth to Isa alayhi salam. So that's the question I would like you to address. However, if you feel like you have something to address regarding
the first
Yamini, Yamini. Before he address this one, you need to add that he said that Sayyidah Maryam Salamun Alayha, she used to hang around with Yusuf the carpenter before her nikah with him. We have given this. So join these two things together. She was hanging around with Yusuf without nikah, number one, and number two, that she started to live with him after nikah, and then after 2 months Jesus was born. So both of these things together.
Okay. To address this, I would like you to also make it one after the other. I mean, I will not address two things together so that no one will accuse me of waffling. Give me one, let me answer.
Okay, she was hanging with Yusuf without nikah. Address this one.
She was hanging with Yusuf without nikah. Can you provide the reference of the page you are talking about?
Sure.
Okay. In the meantime, you can address the other one. I bring her scene, no problem. You can address the second point in the meantime.
Then
let's take
ask
the time.
Second point.
Yeah. The second point was that she was living with Yusuf when she was pregnant with Jesus, and then 2 months later, Jesus was born. Do you believe in this?
She got married. She was married to him.
Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
You ask if I believe in this?
Yes, that's the first question. That's the first question. Do you believe that Sayyidah Maryam Salamun Alayha, she was pregnant with Isa alayhi salam when she got married with Yusuf, and then she moved in her house when she was 7 months pregnant, and then 2 months later she gave birth to Isa. Do you believe in this event which Mirza Ghulam has quoted? That's my question.
Can you just show me the reference of that statement first?
This is the reference for hanging around, volume 14, page 300. Okay, go ahead now.
Volume 14, page 300, Ruhani Khazain. You want me to read it?
Yes, exactly.
Huh?
Exactly. I want you to read it out.
Okay. Hazrat Maryam Siddiqa का अपने मंसूब यूसुफ के साथ कब्ल निकाह फिरना इस इस्राएली रस्म पे पुख्ता शहादत है. This means that Mary's hanging around with Yusuf before nikah is a witness on this Israeli culture or practice or custom. And he gave the reference from the Qabail or the tribes of Afghanistan.
Okay. Now,
and the book is Ayyam Sulh, Ruhani Khazain, volume 14, page 300. The reference is on the screen where Mirza is saying that Maryam was hanging around with Yusuf before nikah, which is basically a slander. هذا
Okay.
بهتان هذا بهتان عظيم
Okay.
هذا بهتان عظيم.
If I produce the same statement from Tafsir Tabari, will you accept it?
Okay, produce it.
Okay.
Adnan bhai, wait, are
Yeah.
you going into trap again? First of all, brother, first of all, you tell us that are you believing in this or are you rejecting this? Then we go on to second point. Do you believe, Yusuf, that Maryam Salamun alayha, she was hanging around with Yusuf without nikah? Do you believe in this?
Do I believe?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I accept the statement that Maryam
What does that mean?
Salamullahi
Do you
alayha
believe that?
was.
No, no, wait. Do you believe? My question is very specific. Do you believe that the Maryam Salamun alayha, which is in the Quran, which Quran has praised, which Quran has praised, Ahsan Farjaha, and Quran has given her many praises. This woman was hanging around with Yusuf without nikah.
A non-mahram.
Yes,
If after saying I believe, if I bring it out of your own book as well, will you accept it?
brother.
Okay,
If you believe, brother, look,
wait, 1 second. Imtiaz bhai, do you believe this statement made by Mirza or not?
I believe this statement was made by Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. That's
Okay,
fine.
do you believe that Maryam was hanging around with Yusuf before nikah as stated by Mirza?
Depending on the context for which he is talking. Why
Listen.
not?
Mirza is saying
Allah.
that this is what he was doing because this is a witness. He's making an endorsement of the statement. Mirza is making this statement because he believes in it.
Reason why I'm saying this is you have quoted a page right now. I mean, it shouldn't be like a Christian quoting a page.
Brother,
That's
we're
okay.
not.
Wait.
Brother, we're not
Let me
quoting-
finish my statement, please.
Yeah, no, wait, Yusuf. Again, we want to save our time. You know, we don't want to wait. Do you believe that Maryam, because Mirza said it, we read it, we translated it, we put the page number there, it's there. We can't. The problem is, a lot of our African brothers fall for this cult because they don't know the Urdu language. Our African brothers, they fall for this cult, and this is why this cult has moved to Africa to convert our gullible, our brothers and sisters in Africa to this cult because they don't know Urdu.
But have I told you I don't
In
understand Urdu?
Pakistan, they're losing people.
Have I told you I don't understand Urdu?
Sorry?
Have I told you I don't understand Urdu? How does that relate to me right now?
Okay, Yusuf, do you believe Maryam was hanging around with Yusuf before nikah? A non-man.
I've responded to you clearly.
Sorry?
Based on the context which the Prophet ﷺ was speaking, I accept it and I believe in it.
Okay, good.
Yusuf, look at this one. Let's make it simple for the people, okay? Anyone who said this, that Sayyida Maryam Salamun alayha, that righteous woman which is in the Quran, she was hanging around with anybody, or in this case with Yusuf, as a na-mahram without her nikah. This person has committed a blasphemy. Now,
He's a kafir. He's a kafir.
Okay,
Yeah.
now let me also say something.
Okay, wait. I'll tell you
Let
why.
me say something.
1 second, Yusuf.
Let me say something before you tell me why.
Yusuf,
Let him produce this quote from At-Tabari.
Let me say something before telling you why.
1
The
second.
terminology you have used, the terminology you have used is hanging around, right? Which has a
Okay.
derogatory meaning, right?
I need to translate. We says that she says Maryam, Hazrat Maryam Siddiqa अपने मंसूब यूसुफ के साथ कबल निकाह के फिरना उस इसराइली रस्म पे पुख्ता शहादत है. You are more than welcome to take help from anyone and translate this one, no matter how you want to translate. The subject matter remains Yusuf. The subject matter is Sayyida Maryam Salamun alayha. She is being with someone without her nikah.
Exactly. I like that word, being with someone. So let's keep it like that. Don't use the word hanging around.
Yusuf, you need to translate it for us. बगैर निकाह, कबल निकाह के फिरना. You need to translate.
Yes, moving around.
Okay, wait. Yusuf, moving around. And Mirza goes on to say, 1 second. And then Mirza goes on to say, मगर ख़वानीन सरहदी के बाज़ कबाइल में ये मुमासिलत औरतों की अपनी मंसूबों से हद से ज्यादा होती है. हत्ता के बाज़ औकात निकाह से पहले हमल भी हो जाता है. को बुरा नहीं मानते बल्कि हंसी ठट्टे में बात को टाल देते हैं क्योंकि यहूद की तरह ये लोग नाता को एक किस्म का निकाह ही जानते हैं जिसमें पहले मेहर भी मुकर्रर हो जाता है. He is saying that in some cases these women get pregnant before nikah, okay? and they don't consider it a bad thing. Among the Yahud, this was a culture, this was a tradition. That's what Mirza
But
is
he didn't say
claiming.
that. He didn't say
One
that for
second,
Maryam.
one second. Mirza is claiming here that Maryam used to hang around with
No,
Yusuf.
the word hang
And
around is
this,
what I'm not taking
brother,
from
one
you, please.
second, one
Adnan
second.
bhai, Adnan bhai, he's only wasting our time. We have made
No,
the
I'm
point
not
very
wasting your
clear.
time. I told you
Before he
I have
goes,
reference to show you as well.
Yusuf, before you go, what does the Quran say about Maryam alayhi salam? What does she say to the angel?
The Holy
Wait,
Quran, what
Yusuf,
she said to the angel,
yeah, what did she say?
I don't
That
get you.
no
Read chapter.
man has touched me.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so how could she be hanging around with Yusuf?
No, that is what I disagree with you. The word hanging around.
Brother, if you want to disbelieve and go to Jahannam, it's up to you. Go to
Come
Jahannam.
on.
You will believing in a
Yusuf,
Punjabi
The
liar.
moderator,
Yusuf,
Al-Yamini,
Yusuf,
please, let's be fair on this.
Yusuf, respect our time as well. We have made the point very clear. With all respect of Yamani, he has already conceded that he has no problem in this one, in believing in this one, that Maryam Salamun Alaiha, she
Because
is
this,
being
Wait.
Yusuf.
I have a question.
She is being with Yusuf without nikah. He has
Listen,
no
I have
problem
a
with
question.
that. We have
I have
proven
a
our
question.
point.
One second, Imtiaz bhai.
no,
Yusuf, do you have a sister or a daughter?
I have a sister.
Would you allow her to hang around with a man without nikah?
The word hang around is what I rejected.
Brother, question. Answer my question. You, Yusuf, okay, who's not a prophet, okay, yeah, would you allow your sister to hang around with another man?
The word hang around is what I disagree with.
Okay, to
Brother,
move with the other man, to move around.
to move around, to travel with
Yes.
another man, to
Yes,
travel with
if you
another
say-
man with your permission, with your knowledge.
Please, to travel with your my permission, with my knowledge, is a different thing.
Brother
Travel
Yusuf,
is a
answer my
different thing.
question.
To move is a
Would you
different
allow
thing.
your sister to travel with another man, non-mahram, with your sister?
To travel.
Yes.
Why
Anywhere.
don't you just bring the point on what is going on straightforward?
Yusuf, answer my question. Simple question. Would you allow your sister to hang around? The Urdu word there is pirna. Pirna meaning going around, hanging around.
No,
Pirna
going
literally means
around,
hanging
I
around,
accept
going
it.
around. Would
Going
you
around,
allow
I
your
accept
sister,
it.
Yusuf?
Going
Adnan
around, I
bhai,
accept it.
Adnan bhai, with all respect, Adnan bhai, I would say that if people want to think that Yusuf has a very strong point to make by debating this word, firna and hanging on, and let them decide. I think, Yamani, with the best of whether my intention, I don't want to go further with Yusuf. We are done with him.
No. Please, the moderator, please be very fair on this particular point. I can easily, when the statement was made, if all because of the word hang around is the disagreement, does that worth to kick someone out?
no, it's not.
No,
it's not,
Obviously.
no.
So let's discuss the topic we are discussing.
hold on
If
a
you
second.
use the word hang around, I consider
Yusuf.
it derogatory. That is why I rejected.
Yusuf.
And I do not believe Hadrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad would have the concept of hang around in relation
You-
to Maryam ta'ala anha.
Look, Yusuf, the thing is, look, I understand what you're saying. Well, as soon and I commend you for the fact that when I explained to you what Mirza is actually meaning and heavily implying, the first thing you were like was "A'udhu billah," you wholeheartedly rejected the idea that she was "Wa'iyadu billah," a fornicator, right? But the truth of the matter is that this is exactly what he is heavily implying without explicitly saying it, because he knows what the implications are.
You said it doesn't explicitly say it. Allah the Almighty say in the Holy Quran, "Ijtanibu kathiran min az-zon." For the fact that he did not explicitly say it.
Sure. All right. The issue here is that the implication is very clear, right? Hence why I said it was heavily implied, which means you can tell what is being meant even though it's not being explicitly said.
No,
So-
it is.
Brother Yamini, brother Yamini, please. I mean, Akhi, 1 minute. Okay, listen, Yusuf, very carefully. In the same passage, in the next line, he said that it is common that these women, Afghan women, I'm not saying this, I'm just quoting Mirza Ghulam, Mazallah. Afghan people are very respectful people. Alhamdulillah, they are great people. I'm just quoting this Kafir Mirza Ghulam. He said that Afghan women, they go to the extent where they get pregnant. He said that Afghan women are like that. And then he draw a comparison. He said that sometimes they get pregnant as well. Now, my question to you is, when he is discussing that Maryam Salamun Alaiha, she is hanging around or moving around or going around with Yusuf, And in the next line, he's saying that some of these women in those cultures, they get pregnated as well. Why he said this? Why?
Before
Now I
nikah,
will answer
he
this.
mentions
Now let me
baaz
answer this in
awqat nikah
particular.
se pehle, baaz
Now
Yes,
let me
awqat
answer
nikah
this
se
in
yes,
particular.
pehle haml.
yes.
As
Let him
Hadrat Mirza
answer it.
Ghulam Ahmad,
Let him answer this,
Hadrat
inshallah.
Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salatu wasalam already stated that Maryam was devoted to the mosque, right?
That's Quran, brother.
No,
We don't Mirza to say
no.
this.
Okay, please. I say I'm answering. If I can, I mean, if this is taken that Maryam is devoted to the worship, is already sacrificed for the worship
No,
of.
no. Al-Hakam Akhbar, Al-Hakam newspaper, 24th of July, 1902, page number 16. Mirza said that when Maryam got pregnated, the elders of the community, they quickly married her with Yusuf and they kicked them off the temple.
That means she was in temple before, right?
Wait.
No. This
No,
was the
okay,
No,
this is
fine,
all
no,
the
fine.
point.
no,
She
not like
was
this,
in the
not like this,
temple,
Yusuf.
right?
No games.
Brother
No,
Yusuf.
Yusuf, no games. Yusuf, no games, no games.
No.
He said this. He said that when Maryam got pregnated in a mysterious way, listen very carefully. Al-Hakam, 1902, 24th of July, page number 16. He said that when they saw that Maryam has pregnancy mysteriously, then they approached Yusuf, and Yusuf was an old man. They requested Yusuf, can you marry this woman? He said, I don't want to marry her. They have to convince Yusuf, and then they immediately, Basurat, the Urdu word is Basurat. They immediately,
Aliamini,
quickly,
you are the moderator, right?
they get Yusuf and Mary, and they let them off the
Aliamini, you are the
temple
moderator.
because they do not want
But
people
Please,
to
let's
talk
take the
bad
points
about the
one after
temple.
the other.
I
Yeah.
asked a very simple question from Yusuf. Would he allow his sister to phirna, hanging around with another man? He was very reluctant to answer the question because his own fitra, his own ghira wouldn't allow it.
I was
His
reluctant
own
because of the
ghira wouldn't
terminology
allow
you
it.
used,
If
which
he
wasn't the
allows his
terminology
sister to
used
hang
by the
around,
Prophet alayhi
if he
salatu
allows
wasalam.
his sisters, if he allows
Aliamini,
his
please
sister to
moderate this program.
Yusuf, Mirza clearly, we have the quote on the screen even now. Okay.
This is the same quote I'm
thing
also alluding to. Aliamini, please moderate this program so that when I speak, my statement is clear. When they speak, their statement is clear. The reason why I'm saying this is if it is known that Hadrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salatu wasalam knew that Maryam radiallahu ta'ala anha was serving the temple, then now making reference to other women who were not serving the temple, it was a matter of talking about the culture of the people and not in relation to Maryam, to be specific, which means if Maryam, please let me complete my statement. If Maryam gets out of the temple and he moves just like any other person with a man, they wouldn't have seen it to be wrong. That does
No,
not mean, wait, that
No,
does not
Yamini, I want
indicate.
brother.
Please let me finish my statement, for God's sake. That does not indicate in this statement that Maryam was hanging around. I intentionally stay on this word hanging. If you tell me moving around, this I can accept because it is very much possible for a woman to move around with another. Now, if by moving around, if within the culture of people, for example, what happens in Europe nowadays, if people in the Europe currently are moving around the way they used to hang around, then you see a Muslim woman, devoted, sincere, moving around with a man, the people of that land wouldn't consider it abhorrent. They wouldn't see it to be wrong. So I say that we can discuss this particular topic based on what is stated. But if you are going to create your own inference, this is where I disagree. Therefore,
Okay, now Yamini, how much
if you
time
make
we
it
gonna take?
moderate, if you made it moderate, I accept what Hadrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad has said, but I reject the terminology hanging around that was created to make it looks abusive to the status of
Do you know
Maryam
Urdu?
radiallahu
Okay,
ta'ala anha.
wait. Do you know Urdu?
जी,
Do you know Urdu?
you want to speak Urdu, no problem. अगर उर्दू में बात करनी है तो कोई मसला नहीं है.
यूसुफ, आपको उर्दू आती है? आप उर्दू बोल
जी
सकते हैं?
जी
बोले, बात करें। जी, मुझे पता है जी एक ही लफ्ज है और आगे भी बोले। आप कहाँ पढ़े हैं?
बताने की जरूरत नहीं है.
आपने तालीम कहाँ हासिल?
आपको बताने की जरूरत नहीं है जनाब.
आप मुझे बताएं ना। आपको पता नहीं है फिरने का क्या मतलब है? फिरने का क्या मतलब है? फिरना क्या होता है? आप मुझे बताएं।
Move around, move about. ये
अच्छा, अभी आपको पता है ना फिरने का क्या मतलब है? मूव अराउंड, मूव अबाउट। गुड।
जी.
अभी आपने you have acknowledged that फिरना means to move about.
Yes, and not hang around.
Yeah. Here Mirza said that Maryam was moving around with Yusuf before nikah.
I agree to that.
He said it in the context of having a relationship because in the very next.
No.
wait, in the very next sentence, he says that girls sometimes get pregnant like this and they didn't think anything bad of it.
That
So
is a
this,
cultural
wait,
and
wait,
community issue, and not Maryam in
brother
particular.
Yusuf,
That
let me
Adnan bhai,
statement
finish.
was not
Brother
attributed to
Adnan
Yusuf,
Maryam.
bhai,
Yes,
Adnan bhai,
Imtiaz.
Aliyamini, please
Adnan bhai,
control
can
this
you
thing.
please, Adnan bhai, can you please read the last passage and translate for the audience the last passage? बल्कि सच बात ये है.
okay, Yusuf knows Urdu, so he can definitely understand this. This is what Mirza wrote in Ruhani Khazain, volume 11.
No. This is Al Hakam Akhbar, 1902,
Okay,
July 24.
okay.
Please,
बल्कि
before
सच
you read this
बात
out,
ये है कि
before you
हैकल
read
के
this out,
मुंतजिम.
a minute before you read this out.
Okay, wait.
This text might be edited by the person presenting
Yusuf,
it. Please give me the
Yusuf,
page
I will
of that Al
produce.
Hakam and read from it.
Yusuf, wait. I will produce the original Al Hakam. If I can't
Exactly,
produce
that is,
right
I will
now,
be
no,
okay. Please
wait,
produce it.
Yusuf, wait. If I cannot produce right now the original 1902-24 Al Hakam, I will apologize publicly. Adnan Mari, please.
बल्कि सच बात यह है कि हैकल के मुंतजिम बुजुर्गों ने एक बाकिरा औरत के हमल को देखकर और दुश्मनों के एतराज से डर कर और खानदान की नसीहत से अंदेशा करके पर्दा पोशी के लिए ये तदबीर सोची थी, और हर चंद वो जानते थे कि ऐसा निकाह तौरात के बरखिलाफ है, क्योंकि वो अहद जो मरियम के तारिका रखने में खुदा से किया था वो इसमें टूटता था। ताहम नंगो नामूस की मसलहत ने और शमातत अहदा के खौफ ने इनको इस काम के लिए सख्त मजबूर कर दिया, और हर चंदा इस हमल को इस तरह पोशीदा किया।
Now, can you present the original reference?
Yes,
present
I'm going to do it now.
So why
But
did we
Adnan
waste time
bhai,
when you can have the
Adnan bhai,
original reference? This was what I requested
Adnan
for.
bhai, can you translate for the people because this is very important reference.
No, I want him to read. It will take time to translate, but
Yusuf,
let him read from original,
Yusuf, the
please.
reason why we're reading from this is that it's easy to read because the original is very small print and very difficult to read. That's why we're
Yes,
going to show you original. Don't worry.
Okay, show us
Okay, you
original.
made it very clear. You're not making any points. Stop trying to score
No,
points.
I wanted us to go to the point, but because you took time on the word hanging,
सच बात यह है, the truth is कि हैकल के मुंतजिम, that the temple's organizers, the elders who were organizing the temple, ने एक बाकिरा औरत की हमल को देखकर, that they saw a virgin woman pregnancy और दुश्मनों के एतराज से डर कर, and they were actually scared of the criticism of the enemies और खानदान की नसीहत से अंदेशा करके, and having taken advice from the family पर्दा पोशी के लिए to hide basically this issue, ये तदबीर सोची, they came up with a plan, और हर चंदा वो जानते थे कि ऐसा निकाह तौरात के बरखिलाफ है, and they knew that such a nikah was aura, क्योंकि वो अहद जो मरियम क्योंकि वो अहद जो मरियम की तारिका रखने में खुदा से किया था, because because of the term that was made to keep Maryam hidden or keep Maryam basically away from the society, वो इसमें टूटता था, and that was going to be broken in this. ताहम नंगो नामूस की मसलियत ने for the reasons of protecting the honor and शमातत अदा के खौफ ने and the rebuke of the enemy, the fear of the rebuke of the enemy, इनको इस काम के लिए सख्त मजबूर कर दिया, that they were forced to do this, और हर चंद इस हमल को इस तरह पोशीदा किया गया, and by all means this pregnancy was kept secret. ताहम शरीर यहूदियों ने जो इस खानदान के दुश्मन थे, therefore some evil
is it
Israelites
enough before you
who
say
were
that we are taking
enemies of
much
this
time?
family, okay,
Or you want to read more?
नाजायज तौर पर शोहरत दे दी थी,
To
and
which
that they
point
were
are you
trying
going
to
to
spread
stop
the
so
rumor.
that we know? Where are you going to stop? Where are you going to stop? He keeps on reading. We don't know where he's going to end it.
You
Okay,
asked
it
for
is
the
ending
original.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now can I talk?
So now wait. Now we have read from the original, yeah?
Yes,
And
I'm
you were
fine.
trying to do some point scoring earlier.
No, I'm not
Wasting
doing
our
any
time
point
for no reason.
scoring. I'm not doing any point scoring. Now, the moderator, Ali Yemeni,
Yes.
I want to address you on this. For what purpose was this particular reference brought out? We had the agreement on the word hanging around.
No.
If the
You didn't
okay,
have an
if it is,
agreement on that.
I mean disagreement. Sorry, we have a disagreement on the word hanging around, and I
Yes.
thought they were going to present a reference to prove that she was hanging around that particular terminology, which I considered derogatory. I said that if
That is what this
Maryam, if
reference
the
is.
statement was that Maryam was moving with someone else, with Yusuf, I don't see that to be derogatory as the terminology moving. There could be whatever relationship that allows them to move around.
What
But with
is
the terminology hanging around, which I disagreed with, I expected on that they wanted to present a reference.
Good.
But this reference,
यूसुफ
I've not seen
साहब
that aspect of
यूसुफ
hanging
साहब
around.
क्या
So we
आप
can now
अपनी
go into
क्या
the
आप
topic
अपनी
if
हमशिरा
it is
को
needed.
किसी के साथ
If not, I mean, let's go into the topic. That's what I'm saying.
wait.
The
You're
only
saying,
thing I disagree with is the word
hold on a
hanging
second.
around.
Hold on a second. You're saying that the reference that's been quoted to you just now doesn't show that it,
That Maryam was hanging around with Yusuf.
are you
before
for real?
the
I
nikah.
tell you, Yusuf, because your question is that what is the point we are driving out of the, as you can see on the screen still, in the middle column on the last line it says मगर बुजुर्गों ने बहुत इसरार करके बसूरत, and then it says, let me go on the next thing, बसूरत,
Agree with you.
wait, no, wait, बसूरत
I only
तमाम
disagree
मरियम
with
का
the word
इससे
hanging around.
wait, मरियम का इससे निकाह कर दिया और मरियम को हैकल से रुखसत कर दिया ताकि खुदा के मुकद्दस घर पे नुक्ता चीनियां ना हो. Is this the Islamic narrative that because Maryam salamun alayha, because she mysteriously got pregnated and they immediately basurate tamam, they immediately swiftly they go, they find a man with the name Yusuf, even though Yusuf was insisting that I don't want to marry with this woman. They insisted and then they had him married with Maryam. Okay, and then it says that
Is that
after
a
this
new
marriage,
question or what?
after this marriage, they let them go off the temple. Why? Because they don't want people to raise allegations on the house of God, which was according to them for the temple. Now I'm
This
asking
was the
you,
aspect I want to respond to.
wait,
So
let
I'm
me first
okay to
complete the
respond to
point. You
it.
don't want to respond, let me complete the point first. And then after that, what Adnan Bhai has read before, it says that they were all trying to keep all of that secret. They were hiding this. Who said you this? Who told you this? In Allah's book, when Maryam salamun alayha, when she was worried that if she will be pregnated with Isa alayhi salam, and people are going to ask me the question, how I'm going to respond. Can you tell us, Yusuf, what was the method of responding taught to her by Allah? Why they have to hide all of that? Why you have to bring the Yusuf? And by the way, it says the Buzurgon ne faisla kar diya. These Buzurg are Sayyida Zakaria alayhi salam, because he is the elder. He was in charge there. Okay. So you are saying that Quran says that Allah told Maryam that don't worry, this child will testify to your purity. That is the Quranic Islamic narrative. And Mirza is giving you another narrative that when this thing happened, they wanted to keep it secret, so they find a man and they had Maryam married with this man. Are both of these two things same?
Okay. Can you now keep silent so I can talk?
Yes, please go ahead
Okay.
and answer
Now,
the point.
I will answer the point and you don't talk. I can allow Aliamini to respond, I mean to say something if I go out of the point. Number one, the very part which I disagree with is known to the world, the particular terminology hanging around. So if that is taken away, we can now discuss what he has requested me. Now, the passage, I mean the reference, I mean the point Imtiaz is bringing out of the Holy Quran was that according to him, the child, when the child is born, will testify on behalf of Maryam. Agreed for your statement for now. But before the child is born, who is going to testify for Maryam? Now, according to what we know, according to what is written in your own books, I want to share this screen, and you, Aliamini, kindly help me
Yeah, share your
click
screen.
this. Yeah, okay. Window. Yes. Okay. Now, can you see this? La
Yeah,
mashtam. So this is from Samia Samia Wahabun Munabba. He had Wahabin Munabba Yakul saying, La mashtamalat Maryam ala haml. When Maryam perceived pregnancy, kana ma'aha qarabatun laha. There was someone close with her. You call lahu Yusuf Najjar, who is called Yusuf the carpenter. Wakana, the two of them, muntalikaini ila al-masjid. They used to go to the temple together. Alladhi inda Jabal Suhyun, that is in the month Suhyun. Wakana dhalika al-masjid yawma idhin min a'zam masajid. Fakanat Maryam wa Yusuf yakhdimani fi dhalika al-masjid. The two of them were working in that temple fi dhalika zaman. Wakana li khidmatihi fadlun azim. Therefore, if they were moving together because they were serving the same temple, what was wrong? Faragaba fi dhalik. Fakana
Can
yaliyani.
I Can I respond to that?
Okay,
Okay. Is there any sanad with this?
Yeah.
obviously.
Is there any sanad with this?
إسماعيل بن عبد الكريم قال ثنى
Yeah.
عبد الصمد بن معقل أنه سمع وهب بن منبه.
Munabbih.
Adnan Bhai,
Wahab
that
bin
is
Munabbih.
Adnan Bhai.
Okay, وهب بن
Adnan Bhai.
منبه.
Okay. Wahab bin Munabbih. Okay. Do you know who that was?
Who was he?
Do you know who that was?
Who was he?
You are quoting Yusuf. You need to tell us.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Okay, I
Listen.
don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, you
Okay.
tell me. I don't know.
Okay. So first of all, Wahab bin
Who
Munabbih used
was?
to quote Israelite literature. Okay, what we call
Okay.
Judeo-Christian literature, Israeliyat. Okay, Israeliyat were used in the tafsir literature as complementary information, not as evidence. Because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam specifically said, "Do not reject it, do not accept it." Okay, do not reject it, do not accept it. Israeliyat are not hujjah upon us. Any information that comes from Judeo-Christian literature in the tafsir literature is not hujjah upon us. You
The
cannot
thing is,
use this as evidence. Okay, this information contradicts the Quran directly, because Maryam specifically states that she was not touched by any man, and Quran tells us that she was confined to the mihrab. She was not hanging around outside with people. Okay,
Is that all you have to say? So I
brother,
can
one
present.
second. Listen.
Okay.
Okay, so you presented something from Tafsir Tabari, yes?
I'm here to present it. That's not even from Tafsir Tabari.
Okay,
That of Tafsir Tabari, I'm here to
okay,
present it.
so first of all, tell me the source of this information. Where
That's
did
from
Wahab
Tafsir
bin Munabbih
al-Quran
get this?
al-Quran.
Sorry?
From Tafsir al-Quran al-Quran.
Brother, where's okay?
Yes.
Tafsir Quran. You know what that means? You're
You-
throwing these terms. Do you know what they mean?
I'm not saying no. I'm not giving terminology. I'm giving you the name of the tafsir, not the terminology, please.
Okay.
Hold on.
So
Hold on a second.
okay, 1 second.
Okay.
Where is the source of Wahab bin Munabbih?
The source of Wahab bin Munabbih.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't understand your question in this context.
You don't understand my question.
In this
Wahab bin
context,
Munabbih quoted some information. Where from?
I said in this context. Why do I say that? Because I've already opened
Brother,
a
do you
tafsir for you
understand my
to
question, or are you
indicate.
pretending? Are you pretending?
No, I'm not pretending. No, when I
Brother
make
Yusuf,
myself clear.
Brother Yusuf, do
Why
you
don't you also
understand my
allow me to
question?
respond when you ask
Do
a
you
question?
understand my question?
I said in this
Well-
context. In this context,
Brother
if you
Yusuf,
ask,
do you understand my question?
okay, for this context, I don't understand.
Okay, so
Okay,
first,
if you
first of
understand
all,
my question, then answer my question. Where
said
did
for
Wahab
this
bin Munabbih get this information from?
Okay, Al-Yamani, let me answer him. So you can mute Adnan Rashid so I can answer.
so I just
I'm
answered.
listening.
No, so that when I answer, I want
the
to say something and he's picking it up. I'm saying in this context, I don't understand his question. And the reason why I say that is when I present a book of tafsir and I indicate this thing is written here, do you mean that I should be looking for the sanad outside that book in order to indicate to you? You
No,
mentioned that,
no,
okay,
no,
it
no,
might be
no.
creating. No,
That's
let
a-
me complete my statement.
No,
You
but
said
Yusuf,
that
you
it might be
understand the
quoting
question.
from Israeliyat. Did I disagree with that?
No, you didn't. But this is what he's asking you to confirm.
So this is what I'm indicating that
Okay,
he
Yamani,
himself
I
has
want
not
to
proved,
say-
he
Yamani, I
himself
want
has
to
not
say
presented
something.
a
Yusuf,
proof that
Yusuf.
he has quoted from Israeliyat. I am
Yusuf.
just indicating that this thing is also written in tafsir.
Yusuf, hold on a second. First and foremost, you said that the source that you're quoting from is Tafsir al-Quran bil-Quran.
Lil Quran, that's the name of the
Yeah, but still,
and I've just
Tafsir
opened it from
al-Quran
Maktabat
lil-Quran.
Shamila.
من إيش?
Maktabat Shamila. I mean,
That's the
I just
website.
quoted it from Maktabat
That's the
Shamila.
website. Yeah, but that's the website. What's the name of the book?
Tafsir Quran Lil Quran.
Who's the author?
Who's the author?
Let me just open it for you once again so you know I'm not hiding anything.
So why am I saying that this information is worth nothing? Okay, let me explain. Judeo-Christian literature means the Bible. Okay, Qadiani, they rely on the Bible, in particular the New Testament, to somehow prove Mirza to be a prophet. Okay,
That's a lie.
no, that's not a lie, because I've had the discussions lately. Maybe you were not following. Okay,
That's a
with
lie.
Noonan in the park was using the New Testament to prove that the prophecies made by Isa alayhi salam apply to Mirza Ghulam Qadiani.
That's not a crime.
Yusuf, can you send this link in a private in the private chat?
No, it's
What-
I just have the Maktabat Shamla, the application itself. So I'm just indicating it to you.
Yeah, because I can see at the top, it's very small. It says Tafsir al-Quran, but I'm not seeing the name of the author.
This is the name of the author, Abdul Karim Yunus Al Khatib.
Who is this author?
Look, guys, doesn't matter.
So basically, my brother, listen very carefully. He said when he was asked about this thing he's producing, he used a terminology, tafsirul Quran bil Qurani. Now,
Not
the point is this.
terminology.
Brother,
Hey,
wait.
please
Yusuf,
do
can
not
you be
lie
quiet?
on. Do not say what I didn't
He's
say.
saying,
It's
no,
Yeah,
no,
you be
but
quiet.
he's correcting you.
Al Yemeni, I'm taking it clearly in your presence. I said I was quoting the book. That is the name of the
You
book,
have to
not the
remain silent
terminology.
and let him finish,
If I'm
and then you
talking
can come
about
back in.
Tafsir Quran bil Quran, I know that is part of Usul
Yamini, he's
Tafsir.
interrupting me and you're letting it happen.
No, hold
No,
on. He's,
what you have said something I didn't say.
Okay,
This is what I'm
Yusuf,
saying.
yeah,
you
You
have
that's
to
call
be
it a
right.
silent.
terminology, and I say
Okay,
I'm not
don't
talking
interrupt.
about the
Okay,
terminology.
Brothers, so
Tafsir
let,
Quran bil
Yamini,
Quran
he's
is
not
an
listening.
usul,
He's not listening.
but the
He's
book
not
is
listening.
Tafsir
Yamini,
Quran lil Quran.
hold on.
Okay, Al
I
Yemeni,
am
up
not
to you.
able to make my
Hold
point.
on. You can make your point. What he didn't actually say tafsir al-Quran bil Quran. He did say tafsir al-Quran lil Quran.
And that's
Can
the
I
name of the
complete
book.
That's the
my
only thing
point,
he was
Yamini?
corrected. Yes, you can make the point. I'm just saying that this
He
is
could,
the only thing.
he could have said this in his own term. He just wasted 1 minute. So now, my point is this. Basically, if this book, which he is quoting, and is giving the impression that this book is interpreting the Quranic ayat through other Quranic ayat, my demand from the moderator is please ask him that tell us that this tafsir or this interpretation which the author is giving, which ayah of the Quran the author is using, which shows that Maryam was moving around with Yusuf, and all of this Yusuf thing is proved from this ayah, because that's the whole discussion. The discussion was how we have the Yusuf in the narrative. Okay, this was a discussion, and in order to address this point, he brought this tafsir. So basically, he need to connect, he need to join the dots as well. That which
Okay.
ayah is being used there to interpret this one. Number one. Number two, how come always we are being taught this thing that Quran is the hakam, Quran is the hakam. And today, when you are feeling the heat, Ahmadi clerics, and now you throw Quran aside and you just want to go to anything remotely to prove your point. I want you to stick with the Quran. Quran will, this is your principle, that Quran is the hakam. First, you need to admit, you need to concede first that Quran is not with you. If you admit this one, we are more than happy to engage with the secondary sources. But you first need to either produce the ayah from the Quran to support the Yusuf narrative. Number one. If you can't produce that, you first acknowledge Yusuf that Quran is not with you. After that, we can engage with you on anything else.
So, Al Yemeni, please mute everybody except me so that I can talk freely now.
No, what do you call it? I already
Okay,
corrected them.
okay.
I already asked the brothers to let you talk.
You can see that I didn't interrupt, so no one should interrupt.
I agree.
If by the statement that we say Quran is by us, we stand by that at each and every point in time. Now, you should always specify your demand at each and every point in time. When you were making a statement the other time that this particular interpretation goes against Muslims, when you made that particular statement, that means you were not saying Quran to be specific, that okay, this thing is not written in the Holy Quran. Therefore, I just went on to bring you a reference from a Muslim as well, and I didn't quote it from Ahmadiyya source. I quoted it from Maktaba to Shamila, that belongs to the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Therefore, if it is on that, I'm still fair up till now. Now, if you tell me to go into the Holy Quran and I will prove whatever I say proven from the Quran, I am okay. I'm very much okay with it, but with the condition that you are requiring me to make a proof and not to make a presentation. Why do I say these two things? The statement of Allah is the statement of Allah. The statement of the Prophet of Allah is the statement of the Prophet of Allah. We can prove the statement of the Prophet of Allah through the Quran, but that does not mean each and everything the Prophet said is in the
Brothers,
Quran.
he's waffling. Brothers, he's waffling. Look, I'm losing
Al
patience.
Yemeni, I mentioned this the other time,
Can you stop it
that
for a second?
I needed us
Can
to
you
go
stop it
point
for
by
a
point
second?
before someone accuses me
Mute
of
him.
waffling.
Yamini, mute him. Okay.
He has said two things and I've
Let me
responded
cut
to
to
the
the
two
chase.
things alone.
Listen,
So do not
Yusuf,
accuse me of waffling unless you can prove it.
Okay, Yusuf, I'm
Prove
gonna ask you
I
a
had
question.
waffled right now. You said I was waffling. Prove it. How did I waffle?
We're gonna
Prove
throw
it.
you
You've
out.
accused me
We're
of
gonna throw
waffling.
you. If you're not gonna talk to us, we're gonna throw you out. Stop it and listen.
Al
Is
Yemeni,
there
it's up to
anything
you.
in the Quran about Yusuf Najjar? Number one, yes or no?
Al Yemeni, it's up to you.
I'm talking to you,
No,
Yusuf.
no. He's talking
Is
to
there
you.
anything in the Quran about Yusuf Najjar? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Is there anything in the Hadith? All the Hadith literature. Anything about Yusuf Najjar? Yes or no?
In the hadith literature,
Yes.
the name Yusuf Najjar did not exist.
Doesn't exist. Good. There is nothing in the Quran. There's nothing in the Sunnah about Yusuf Najjar. So where do we find information about Yusuf Najjar?
Now, can I respond?
No, I'm asking a
No,
question.
no.
I'm asking a question. Where do we find that information?
You said I cannot respond, and you are
Listen,
still saying
I'm
you're asking a
question.
question.
Yusuf, where do we find that information about Yusuf Najjar?
Akhi Yamani, the point that Nan Bhai made is in Quran and Sunnah, we do not have Yusuf Najjar. We have Zakaria.
I know, but and this is what Adnan said again. So let him finish, inshallah. Let's
Yes,
do
I'm
one person
finishing
at a
my
time.
point. If you guys let me finish. So Joseph the carpenter comes from the New Testament. Okay, New Testament is not hujjah upon the Muslim. We are not allowed to take aqidah, belief, or practice from the New Testament. Okay, we can only take from the New Testament anything that agrees with the Quran. The Quran is the muhaymin. The Quran is the guardian. The Quran is the furqan. Okay, if there's nothing in the Quran. So this is why all the Judeo-Christian literature, in the tafsir literature, from Ibn Kathir, from Tabari, from Qurtubi, anyone for that matter, okay, we don't have to accept it because it is from the Israeliyat, okay. Qadianis don't understand it. You know why? Because they have to use Israeliyat to save Mirza. Because Mirza used Israeliyat to make
Now, can I
Aqidah for the
respond?
Qadianis. So the Qadianis now are stuck in a quagmire in this sewage because Mirza put them in it. Okay,
Can I
they
respond?
don't have to die for Mirza. They don't have to go to Jahannam for Mirza. They don't have to burn in hellfire for Mirza. They just have to know that Mirza was a liar who made up things. For example, he made this up that Maryam was hanging around with Joseph. This
Can I
was
respond?
made up by Mirza. Mirza made up this lie that Maryam was hanging around. Yusuf would never accept that for his sister. If I said to Yusuf, your sister
Al-Yamani?
was hanging around with a man she's not married to without nikah, Yusuf would, if he has any ghira, if he has any honor, he would slap my face. Then how can you accuse my sister of that? And Mirza is accusing one of the greatest women honored in the Quran, defended in the Quran for the same reason. And you know what the Jewish rabbis?
Oh my God! Why will I wait till?
1 second.
No.
No.
Point by point.
Okay.
Now, can I respond?
So
Yes.
now I'm
Oh
done
my God.
with this.
No, you are
person,
not
Yusuf.
done with it because you've
No,
made an
I'm done with
allegation
this.
without
I'm
receiving a
done.
response.
Okay, first of all, you accepted that Maryam was hanging around with Yusuf, right? Because Mirza wrote this. You can't run away from this. You
You need
can't
to,
just say no, I don't believe in it.
Al-Yamani, let them allow me
Okay.
to respond.
Now, if that's the case, that's the case. Mirza was a kafir. So are you for believing in it. I'm telling you.
Al-Yamani,
Mirza was a
you know
kafir,
I've
was
not
a disbeliever
responded
in
for all this
hellfire.
while.
And if you don't change, if you don't make tawbah, you're going with Mirza to hellfire. Okay,
So
because Maryam
Yusuf,
alayhi salam was not hanging
Unless you
around with
mute him, he will
non-mahram.
not stop talking, you know.
Okay,
Okay, now let me just respond to just one thing.
go on.
He has said that we use the Holy Quran, the Bible as the basis for to prove the truth of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. Number one, I say no. And before I even go into that, I first need to debunk the idea that we are not to take from the Bible. Please let him prove, according to him, from the Holy Quran, that we are not allowed to take information from the Bible.
It's
okay.
fact,
Where is Joseph
Yamani,
from then? Where
I
did
haven't
Joseph
been able to
Najjar?
make up
No,
my
you have a
mind
question
now.
from me as well. You've asked me if Yusuf Najjar is in the Quran. I said no. Is it mentioned in the Hadith? I
okay.
said
So,
no.
no,
Now,
so
I've
I think
also
this-
asked you a question. Where is it stated in the Holy Quran that don't take anything from the Bible?
So, Lolo, okay, to make things simple, because I can see that this is going to go around in circles. Right? Adnan already mentioned to you, okay, that the Quran is the muhaymin, right? Which means if it's not mentioned in the Quran, it is something to be rejected. If it's completely opposite. And the example of Maryam alayhi salam being in the temple, right, at all times is completely against the idea that she was hanging around with Joseph the carpenter. Okay, so that's already a direct contradiction. So you already have this criteria, you already have the contradiction. So therefore, by default, we reject them. And going back to the first thing is that
Now you are presenting points for them. Why don't you
no,
allow
no,
them
no,
to
no,
take?
no. I'm not presenting. I'm
You-
not presenting these points. I'm reiterating the points that have already been
This is
made.
what this is what I'm saying, that I know the point they made. So let
Yeah,
me
but you're
address
asking
the
him.
points.
Yeah, but
Let me
you've
see,
asked
we
him
can
the
agree
question.
on
Yeah.
things. If we make a statement and we agree on it, we can move forward. It's easy, understand? So I agree with your mode of moderation. If this man has said something and I disagree, I should be able to challenge him over his statement, just like he's challenging me over my statement.
Listen, Yamini, he's not answering questions. We're not getting anywhere. We're just going around the circles.
Ali
Ask him,
Yemeni, I've
where
been
did
very fair
Joseph
with
come
you.
from? Where did
I've been
Joseph come
very
from?
fair with you. You asked me this question straightforward. I answered straightforward.
Okay.
Is
Yusuf,
Yusuf
I'm
Najar in
asking
the
again.
Quran? I said
Yusuf,
no.
I'm asking.
Is he in the
Yusuf,
Bible?
I'm
I said no.
asking.
What answer
Where
do
did
you also?
Joseph
I
come
mean,
from?
in the
Okay.
Hadith? I said no. What answer do you
Where did
still expect
Joseph come
after that?
from? Okay, where did Joseph come
So
from then?
if I've
Tell me.
answered that too, if I've
Yeah,
Okay,
answered that
where
too,
did
you should at least
Yusuf,
respond to me.
Yusuf, I agree with you that you've been direct in answering some of the questions. I'm not going to say all because, for example, like Adnan mentioned, when he
I
asked you
couldn't answer
where
all
is
because he said
hold
a lot
on.
of things.
No, I'm not talking about that. But for example, when he asked you very recently, where is Yusuf Najjar mentioned?
I didn't answer because I asked him a question before he has not answered.
Yeah, but
So
that's a
if he had
very
answered, I will
yeah, but
also answer
no.
directly,
Yusuf, it's a
one
very
after
clear
the
question.
other.
It's a very clear question, right? All you had to
My
say
question is
was
also very clear as well. But why
Yemeni,
didn't
He's
he
not
answer?
listening
Why
to
did
he
he
you.
run away
is
from my
listening to
answer
you
He
and
for
then
my
he
doesn't
doesn't
question?
want
want
to
to listen
take
to
any
you.
note of that.
He doesn't want
yeah,
to listen to you.
hold on.
Please,
Just give
Ali
me a couple
Yemeni,
of
you've been
minutes.
very fair.
Give me a couple of
If
minutes.
he asked me a question and I've responded, then I
Okay,
have an objection.
okay,
If I now
okay. Can you
ask
be
him a
quiet
question,
now?
he should
Can you be
respond.
quiet and answer my
No.
question? Okay, where did Joseph Najjar come from? Go
Can
ahead.
you see he has added another question? My question was before
This
it's
is
easier to
this is
answer.
not another question. Look, this is not another question. He did ask this question before.
No, it's I know he asked it before, but after
You can't say it's another question, then, can you?
question, he asked after my question. No, I was the first to ask a question. He's here to respond. He asked two questions, then I asked one, then he
Listen,
asked
stop
after that.
waffling. Stop waffling. Stop wasting our time.
You should stop waffling, man.
Where did Joseph the carpenter come from? Where did he come from?
Did Quran say we shouldn't take anything from the Bible?
Yes.
The prophet said yes.
Okay, please present that reference at Mr. Adnan.
I already did. The prophet
No,
Yemeni,
said,
can I
I,
make
I
a
didn't
point?
see that. That the Quran
No,
said
but the
Quran.
thing.
I ask you of the
No,
Quran. Did
Yusuf.
the Quran
This
said
is
that?
Yusuf. La.
Akhi
Come on. Hold
Yemeni,
on.
I'm waiting for that last
no, we're
question.
getting
Let me
somewhere.
make a point.
Imtiaz bhai, we're getting
Continue.
somewhere. 1 second. We're getting
Yeah.
somewhere. Now he has come to the Bible. Now we're talking. Because now he has admitted that Joseph Najjar is from the Bible.
I'm
From
here
the
to make
old.
that statement.
So in order to defend
You are
Mirza,
attributing
in
a
order
statement
to
to me
be
that I'm here
quiet,
to
be quiet.
make.
I'm talking.
No, I've
If
kept silent
Joseph
for you
is
all
not
this
in the
while.
Quran, Joseph is not in the Sunnah, he came from the Bible, right?
Agreed.
So Mirza was using the Bible to give Aqidah to the Qadiani.
Now,
And
can I respond?
The Quran tells us that the Bible is corrupted. The Old and the New Testament both are corrupted. The only information that we can take from the Bible is the information that agrees with the Quran and the Sunnah.
No, Ali Yemeni,
If
can I respond?
if the information doesn't agree with the Quran and the Sunnah, and the Quran and the Sunnah are silent on a matter, we cannot take that information from the Bible.
Agreed.
That's a well-established aqidah among the Muslims. Now these people,
Ali Yemeni, can I respond?
no, you
This was
can't
all he
respond. We
said
don't
all
want your
this while.
response. No.
Yeah.
Answer my question.
I can't
Joseph.
just answer your question without
Okay.
responding.
Okay. Joseph the carpenter comes from the Bible, correct?
When you are giving me time to speak, I will speak. That something is not written in the Holy Quran and is not written in the Hadith. Now there is a whole lot. There was a whole lot of allegations from non-Muslims, and in order to respond to the non-Muslims, series of analysis are made, and that is indicating what has happened in their history in the past. Then if their books are quoted for them, I don't see anything that is wrong in that particular perspective. But it will not be wrong. No, let me complete my statement. But it will not be wrong if someone says that someone or Hadrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad has made the Bible the basis of Aqidah for some people. I would say no, this has never happened. But if you tell me that he has quoted the Bible to prove certain points, I would say yes, I agree over it. Now, if you disagree on what I've just said, that should be on that point alone, without any declaration. Just
Okay.
disagree on it or agree to it.
Okay.
Imtiaz.
I have a question. I have a direct question. When Mirza said Maryam alayhi salam was going around or hanging around or walking around with Joseph, the carpenter, did Mirza believe in it, or he was just using it against his enemies?
When we talk of belief, it's something related to Aqidah, right? This is not
No,
what
it's
we
not.
are talking about.
Aqidah
Please,
and belief.
let me complete my statement. If you are talking of belief in terms of Aqidah, that's a different thing. But when we talk of a particular discussion we are having at any point in time, and I say that, okay, this is what my research has brought out, and this is what I've understood because it is written like this, it is written like that, that does not become the Aqidah in Islam. Rather, it becomes the understanding. Yes or no?
Said this? Where did you bring this principle from? That something that a prophet says is not Aqidah. Where did you get this from?
Do you have any place where it is said that whatever a prophet says becomes an Aqidah?
Wow.
Yamani, we are changing the topic, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
I don't want to
changing.
change the topic, but he brought it up, you know.
I want to make a very important point, Yamani.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
So first of all, I will start with the last point first, because he's saying repeatedly that who said that Mirza Ghulam was using the Bible. Okay, he's saying this repeatedly. Let me give him example. Mirza Ghulam is taking all of the foundation of his claims from the Bible, and here are the examples. Number one, Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam is being ridiculed, mocked, arrested, and then he is being put on the cross, put in the tomb. All of that is from the Bible. It is not in the Quran, not in the Hadith. Second example, you said that he did not use the Bible as a base of his claim. Okay, now second point. In the Quran, we have the narrative of Zechariah. In the Israeliyat and in the Bible as well, in the Gospels, we have the narrative of Yusuf the carpenter. Mirza Ghulam uses the narrative of Yusuf the carpenter, not of Zechariah. Again, the second example, when he is using Bible and not the Quran, and actually he is preferring Bible over the Quran. Then third example, Mirza Ghulam has given many examples in his books where the Hawariyun, the disciples of Jesus, they are being disrespectful to him. They are basically making curse on him, and they are betraying him. Surah As-Saf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has quoted Hawariyun, and Allah has basically, before Allah asked us that be the helpers of Allah, Allah first gave the example of the Hawariyun of Isa alayhi salam. But what happened is Mirza Ghulam repeatedly he quoted the betrayal and disrespect of Hawariyun of Isa alayhi salam. On what basis? On the basis of Bible. It is not the Quranic narrative. So I can go on and on. I gave three examples because he was saying repeatedly that no, he did not use. I gave you three, I can give you many. Now, second point is this.
Wait, no, don't go to
No,
second point. Point by point, please.
I want to done with you, Yusuf. I want to done with you. Second point is Yusuf has
this
no
is what
problem.
I requested from very beginning.
Yusuf has no
You bring two
problem.
things, and
Yusuf
now I will have to take long time. Please, let's take one.
Can I complete my point?
He's what do you call it?
I've requested for this one.
No, brother Yamini, I don't want to.
It's the same point.
Any longer.
No, you used to pack a whole lot that now it will not be that there was a point I didn't respond to.
I don't want to discuss with him anymore. I am only making my last statement. I am not going to discuss anymore with Yusuf. So my second point is that Yusuf has no problem that Maryam salamun alayha, she is moving around with a na-mahram, okay, without nikah. He has no problem with that. He has no problem that they are finding this guy Yusuf the carpenter to marry with Maryam, and they were trying to conceal and hide something. It is clearly been produced, and he has no problem with that. Okay, this is already a clear for every Muslim that having this kind of concept or this kind of image of Sayyida Maryam salamun alayha, it has already been proven in the beginning. That's why I said in the beginning, we are done with Yusuf right from the beginning, because he conceded that yes, she did all of that. And last point is this. He's saying that their Quran says that don't quote Bible. Brothers, I've told you multiple times that Quran is the muhaymin. Quran is the guardian over the previous scripture. And when Mirza Ghulam is using Bible, and he is leaving the Quran on the side, what was he doing? Adnan Bhai said this thing repeatedly. It is not that he was trying to fill the gap of information. No, he was using as authority to the Bible. to the gospel. I gave 3 examples. I want to just quickly point out. My point is Mirza Ghulam used Bible as the authority over Quran. What is the example? He said that Isa was on the cross. Quran says he wasn't. Mirza said that Hawariyun, they betrayed Jesus. Quran says Hawariyun, they are the role model for us. Okay. Point number 3. He said that we have Yusuf the carpenter. Quran has, we have Zakaria. So it is not only using the Bible. The point I am making is Mirza Ghulam used Bible as the authority of the Quran. He rejected the Quranic narrative on the basis of the Bible. That's the point Khan is making since beginning.
Al Yemeni, I want
So,
to
I
speak
am done
now.
with
okay.
Al Yemeni, I want to
So here's
speak
the
now.
thing. Listen, what do you call it? I'll give you the time to speak. However, this will be your last thing because it's very evident that the brothers no longer wish to engage with you. So we'll give you a couple of minutes to make your to address what you wish to address and close up, inshallah.
What I was going to address is just very simple. And instead of the two of them, Al Yemeni, I want to call you to witness over a particular statement I made earlier on. And I'm going to call you to witness. If I didn't make this statement, then you can say I didn't. But if I made it, you be the witness to it. That's the Quran, the Prophet Hadrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salatu wassalam made reference to the contents of the Bible in relation, in discussion with non-Muslim. Did I make this statement or not?
I don't believe you did.
Okay. If you don't, then I am now making it again that all those references, all those contents are in relation to discussion with non-Muslim. And when you are discussing with non-Muslims, you only discuss basically based on what is in the content of their book. Many a time it will indicate to you that this statement I've made, I'm making it on the basis of this belief of theirs and that belief of theirs. Now, that is for the aspects of things that you may not find in the Holy Quran. As for the things that you can find in the Holy Quran, if at all it makes any reference to the Bible, it makes it as a point to prove the truth of the Holy Quran. One of it, which he made mention, was that the Prophet ﷺ talked about the things that happened in the lifetime of Jesus. I can tell you, in almost 10 books of the Prophet ﷺ, which I have read, he had made the basis of the sufferings of Hadrat Isa ﷺ from the Holy Quran. Now, if the Holy Quran is made the basis, I can show you now, if the Holy Quran is made the basis of that, then proving from the Bible that these narratives are correct because they support the verses of the Holy Quran, no one can now make the supporting references the basis because the Holy Quran is the basis.
Okay.
I hope my
right.
statement is clear.
Thank
If
you.
we are going to respond to it, it has to be one after the other, because if he had made this statement one after the other, I could have said that okay, this particular statement
Fine.
you
We
made,
got the
let's
point.
prove
We
it.
got the
That's
point.
fine.
We got
Okay.
the,
Yeah, we got the point.
before he leaves, I have one last question. He said Mirza was using the Bible to talk to the non-Muslim. Okay. Tell me where the Bible says that Mary was hanging around with Joseph before marriage.
It's a good question.
Your question again?
So, where in the Bible does it mention that Joseph and Mary used to hang out with each other prior to
Marriage.
marriage?
Evidently, I've told you I do not take the word hanging around. Now, if we look into
Being
the
together.
narrative of
Being
the
together.
Bible,
Okay.
Being
if we
together.
look, I'm just
Being
in,
together, whatever you
I'm
take
saying,
from Pirna, listen,
come on,
whatever
let
you
me
understand from
respond.
Pirna, listen now, deliberately you're not going to listen to my question. Whatever meaning you take from Pirna, okay, in the Urdu language, Pirna means going around, hanging around, okay, whatever meaning you take, where does the Bible say that Mary used to pair with Joseph the carpenter?
Am I to speak now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to quote from the Bible, so you just wait a bit.
You're going to quote something before marriage, they used to hang around with each other, yeah?
That's the what's it called? Joseph was with Maryam
Before marriage, yes or no?
I'm just pulling off the reference. I mean,
No.
I'm not memorizing Bible. Come on, if it is from the Holy Quran, it is better.
Yeah,
Save,
go on.
Save the time. It's not there.
So you're going to show us a reference that Mary and Joseph used to be together in whatever capacity before marriage. You have no idea the implication of this statement. You have no idea. You Qadianis, and Mirza clearly didn't care because he was a disbeliever anyway. He didn't care. But you Qadianis have no idea the implication of this statement.
Okay, I mean, I couldn't pull out the reference for now, but I will have to make an indication. Do you
It
mean
doesn't.
that? No. I'm
It
just
doesn't.
going to wait. I first want to make an indication. Do you mean that Joseph and Mary did not exist together before marriage?
I am asking you.
Okay, let's pull out Matthew chapter 1, verse 18 to 19.
Okay, read
Okay, the statement said that. Oh, come on, this is closing up.
Matthew chapter 1.
Verse 18 to 19.
Okay, read. I'll read it now. Matthew
118.
Now,
Okay.
the birth of Jesus Christ was on the wise, when, as his mother Mary was espoused to Joseph, before they came together, she was found with the child of the Holy Ghost. Then Joseph, her husband, being a just man and not willing to make her a public example, was
Yeah,
minded
Joseph, her
to put
husband.
her away
Joseph, her
privately.
husband. Hello. Wait. You're wasting your time. Joseph, her husband. Yes, you read it.
Mm.
The Bible says he was already her husband. I'm talking about before marriage, hanging around what Mirza claimed before marriage.
Before marriage?
Yes.
When I presented the reference to you the other time, didn't you say it was Israeliyat?
Brother, are you
Wait.
dumb?
Wait.
Hello. Are you deliberately playing dumb? Or are you actually dumb? Which one is it?
Wait, Al Yemeni, let me call you to a witness to something before I respond to you.
No. Listen.
No.
Please.
Listen. Answer my question. Is there a reference in the Bible that shows you that Joseph and Mary were together in whatever capacity, however, before marriage?
The previous accusation was quoting Israeliyat, right?
Not that I believe in
No,
this. I
that's-
don't believe in this narrative. I don't.
Wait, I
But
don't
even
say
that
you believe
narrative
in it.
doesn't support you.
I don't say you
Even
believe
that
in it.
narrative does not support. It
Al
doesn't
Yemeni,
say. It
Al
doesn't say
Yemeni,
the things
let me
Mirza
say this to
attributed
you.
to Mary and Joseph.
Let me say this to you.
Hey, what do you
When
call it?
I
Matthew-
quoted,
we're speaking. We're talking about this reference now. You're going back to something that's already
Yeah.
past.
He's wasting time.
So
come on, Al Yemeni.
Do you have
just
any?
let me
Hello.
let
do
me
you have
respond to you
the
directly.
Bible?
Come on.
you don't know,
No,
but
if you start doing like this, then how do we prove anything from our side as well?
Okay, Khalas. Yamani, I'm done with it. Assalamu
You
alaikum.
see, you are not going to allow me to respond, not so.
We'll say
No,
salam.
no.
Bye-bye.
Alhamdulillah, the world can see we have response,
The world
but they
can
don't
see
allow
because
us
it's
to
an
say.
immediate reply.
No,
Yes,
don't
the
ever
world can
say.
see. Thank you.
Yusuf,
Assalamu alaikum.
Yusuf.
Bye-bye.
Yusuf.
Okay, send him away, Yamani.
Before I let you go, you responded to Adnan's question quite directly, I might add, and you tried to provide a reference. Now, the reference that you provided, Matthew chapter 1, verses 18 to 19, does not state what was asked. Right? It doesn't say that. But we'll leave it here because obviously, like I said,
No,
the brothers are...
I'm not done with it.
No. Halas. Okay, look, it's
No,
clear.
I'm not done with it because
Come
I'm still going to give more
No,
references.
that's it. Yusuf,
Come back.
that's it. Next time, inshallah, all right? Because as of now, the panelists don't want to engage with you. And then if you come back in and you've already had your time, and then Adnan asked a question, you responded to it.
Can
Let's
you
send
give
it
me
here for now.
the chance of your last statement before going?
I already have done that. I've already done that.
No. I'm yet to say.
No. I've
For
already
God's
done
sake.
that.
Lillahi alayk.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Yamani, let's.
Yeah.
Al Yemeni, please be sincere. Be very
Brother,
just
am.
on this matter.
You're being
No,
very
Be
I
very
am.
just on this matter. No, you haven't. You may cut me off, but it is
You
very
see, Yemeni?
obvious that you didn't allow me to say.
I've already said to you. I've given you the time.
No.
I've given you. Hold on. No. Yusuf. Prior to Adnan asking you that final question, I gave you the last say.
Last two
Which
minutes.
And you made him ask a question after that. If
Yeah,
that was
but then
the last
no.
thing,
So
why
then,
do
so
you
then,
make him?
so then your final say was already done. But then he
For God's
asked the
sake.
question, and I gave you the time to respond to him.
No,
right?
it
So
wouldn't
you
have
say
been
I'm-
fair because if he has asked another question,
Wait,
there would be a further
okay,
response from me.
Why are
Hold
you
on a second.
asking me there?
You're telling me now that it was unfair of me to give you the time to respond to his last question. That's what you're telling me right now.
No, what you initially called, you said you gave me the last chance. If I was to speak, fine.
I gave you.
And
I gave you.
afterwards, immediately you allow him to ask a question.
Yeah,
That means a topic is
wasting more than
created.
1 hour on this.
No, it's not a topic
No,
that's
a
created.
topic
It's
is
a
created.
question.
Okay,
It's
a
not.
subtopic is created.
No,
A question
Yusuf,
was created.
Yusuf, that's it.
Something was created.
Yusuf, no, that's not
Something
what
was
that means.
created.
That's not what that means. Okay.
Okay, according to you, well,
No.
it is your stream
That's it. I'm gonna put you
that I
backstage.
just requested for a single moment.
Okay,
of
you know what? I tried to let you go in a very respectful way, but
Brother
you
Yemeni, we
left me
have
no
this
option.
period. We know when a conversation is fruitful, not because because when the people are saying what we want to hear, it's because it's a fruitful conversation. We are learning something.
Look, I know, but the thing is, it's like I said, the reason why I wanted to keep him on a little longer, I know you guys were done with him very quickly, and it was going in circles. I noticed this, but what was difficult for me is there was interruption on both sides, so I didn't know.
Yeah,
What I don't want to do is then cut him off and drop him while there's interruption from both sides, because then it comes across as we haven't given them the time.
Interruption from our side happen when we are not getting the answers.
I agree.
They have a culture, they have a habit, and they have training from going around the world.
Look, I've had 3 years of experience with these people as well, right? So I fully understand what they're doing and stuff. But if we've said to them very clearly at the in terms of our house rules, and that's what I was trying to stick to. We'll try and let the conversation flow. If it doesn't flow, we'll stick to the 2 minutes. But this timing has to be uninterrupted, and then if they waffle in those 2 minutes, then they get a warning. But if they are interrupted during those 2 minutes, I can't really give them a warning because I haven't given them that time to waffle in order to give them that warning. That was the thing that we're having. So all 3 of us are understandably frustrated from the consistent waffling of them. So we're trying to cut this as short as possible. And this is why I said, this is why I even said when Yusuf was up, Razi's not going to get a lot of time. Not because of the fact that he's going to waffle as well as or anything like that. It's for the very fact that we also trying to reduce the stream times. We're trying to reduce it from 7 hours. We were hoping for 4 hours. It's gone over that. So we're not going to try and exceed it in more than the 5 hours. Now, Razi was shaking his head when I said that, but he's usually the guy that gets 2.5 hours when he's on. So, and usually the guys that end up at, like Suleiman gets like about 10 minutes. So for him to get 15-20 minutes instead of 2.5 hours, I don't think he should complain about that.
Yamini, just one comment regarding this Yusuf guy, and I want the viewers to note this point. Throughout this time, when he was on the stream for more than 1 hour, he was praising Yamini. When you were, mashallah, you are just, and at the end, what he did, he said, you are unjust, you are unfair. This is the character. I want people not to just listen the arguments, listen the whole thing as well. When he wanted to take advantage of the softness of brother Yamini, he was praising him. And then at the end, when he said, now it's time to go, he threw Yamini under the bus as well, unfortunately. And I'm saying this is the character of these clerics, brother Yamini.